time since we've podcasted as like a regular podcast here.
Oh, yes.
It's been...
It has been, because the last one, at least I was a part of it, was at the beach, so...
Yes, so we did our special episode for my birthday. That was almost exactly a month ago now. It was April 13th, and now it's May 15th today. So, welcome to the Yarn is Calling podcast. It's May 15th.
Episode
11.
11.
It is on our sign back there, but it's always hard to see until I get some dark colored letters or whatever. But, so the last time I actually had an official podcast was probably 6 weeks ago with Allison. So, a lot has happened, and I apologize. It's been so long, but we've had just tons of things going on. I got a new job.
It's been crazy.
And I was doing Sock Madness, and so between all those things, just finding time to record has been...
It's been hard.
A challenge.
Well, and then we haven't gone down in like a little bit. Well, we went down for the day for D&D, but...
Yeah, but it was just one day.
It was one day. There was no way we were podcasting.
Yeah. So here we are today. We are outside of Kirsten's house in Tacoma, Washington.
That's right.
So there's going to be some traffic outside. So I apologize for the background whooshing noises. But we wanted to be outside because
it's nice. And nice. Well, I mean, it's overcast, obviously. You can probably tell, but it makes for good camera recording.
Yes, because we always struggle with the lighting, it seems like. In fact,
it's also overcast in Tacoma, so we may move inside halfway through because it could rain.
We may have to pause this halfway through and finish inside. But that's funny. I was just watching the Naughty Nitwits podcast. They are located close to me, actually, in Westland, Oregon. I think Westland.
Sorry, baby's kicking.
And they were remarking about how they struggle with lighting too. And I went, "Oh, I'm so glad we're not the only ones that struggle with lighting."
Oh, that is good.
That made me feel better.
We're not the only ones who are like.
Yes. Oh, it made me feel so much better. That's like, okay, we're not the only ones. So yeah, and so since we spoke last, I have gotten a new job, and I now work at my local yarn store.
I didn't say our names.
I did say our names.
I didn't say my name. Wait.
Oh, our podcast name. We are the Yarn is Calling podcast, which I did say. However, you are.
I am Kirsten.
And I'm Holly.
Yes, I'm Kirsten, and she's Holly.
Yes.
Oh my god. I always forget. I'm Lady Kirsten on... Which one?
On Instagram.
No, I'm on...
On Instagram.
Oh, I thought that was on
You're
Ravelry.
Kirsten Joanne on Ravelry.
Oh, have mercy.
How do I know her better than she does?
Kirsten Joanne on Ravelry.
Yes.
And Lady Kirsten 10 on the other one. Instagram.
Yep. And I'm Holly Isaac on Ravelry and Holly.knits on Instagram. So it's always in... Excuse me. We always put that in the show notes down below in the description box, the show notes. It's always there. So if you need to find us for any reason, you can do that.
Well, that's good to know.
Yeah. So yeah, anyway, I started working at Naughty Lamb, which is the yarn store in Forest Grove, Oregon. And it's a wonderful store. It's awesome. And the people that I work with are awesome. And so I started that the 1st of May. And I've been in training, learning all the new things and learning the store and all that. And I managed to find a couple of days in a row that I had off that I could come up here and see her so we could do this.
Yes. Plus it's better than just hanging out.
That too. We went and had tea this morning.
We had tea this morning at the Olive Branch Cafe.
Oh, yes.
So, cute little tea shop.
Yes.
Little tea room down in downtown Tacoma.
Cute. Yeah. So that was our Mother's Day thing with each other. That was our little Mother's Day thing
since we weren't together on Mother's Day.
Right.
So, that's what we did.
Right.
And that was fun.
It was fun. Yeah, because last weekend was Mother's Day, and we did things with the kids, her sisters, down where I live. So yeah, that place
with John's parents.
Super fun. It is starting to rain a little bit.
It
so
is.
We'll see how much we can get. Scalding my water. How much we can get done before we get.
Yes.
So, anyway, obviously, since it's been like 6 weeks, I've finished a lot of things.
I have not.
But that's okay.
I finished one thing. Well, probably like 95%. And I may or may not finish it.
Okay, so you want to start with the things that you finished, or do you want...
Sure.
Okay.
Let's start.
Go ahead.
Okay.
Go.
Okay, well here, we'll start with this since I'm wearing this. So
yes, what are you wearing?
This is a sweater. The Staycation crocheted sweater.
Staycation crocheted sweater.
Forget who made it. It's on
Do you have a project on Ravelry?
I don't know if I have a project page on Ravelry for it. Maybe I should make a project page for it.
It's okay. You don't necessarily have to. It's just that if people were interested in all the details, that's where they could find it.
It's a pattern I found on Pinterest, so when I find it on
uses Pinterest more than
I
Ravelry.
I do. I like it better. It's easier to navigate for me. So anyway, so this is a moss stitch, as you can see, with a cuff. So it's really nice and really cozy, but as I did with my previous crocheted sweater I made, it is massive.
You want to stand up and
let me see if I can do this.
If you can stand up.
Let's see here. See, look how long. See, it's pretty large.
Sorry.
That's
just trying
fine.
to see the
And see,
stitch,
I still have a couple like
the stitch pattern there.
strings to weave in and all that goodness. And oh, hello, baby. So, and okay,
But
so
it is so soft. So what's the
this-
yarn you used?
Oh, is it a yarn bee? No. I threw away all the
Labels?
labels.
Oh.
I don't remember.
It's that
But you get it from Hobby Lobby, and it's like a cake. It's like a,
yeah.
so I just love it. It's so soft. But I have noticed, I made a scarf out of this same type of yarn, different color, like a year or so ago, and I've noticed it just kind of felting just through wear. So it does do that, and it shrinks up a little bit. So I'm actually like, what are you doing? Oh. So I'm actually like, oh, well, that might actually work well for this since it's so massive. So the sleeve, it took me how many times, Mother? 5
She
times
was
to
sewing
sew
it in, ripping
in.
it out, sewing it in, ripping out, sewing it in, ripping out. I don't know, 3 times.
And then this one, I just sewed it in, and then I put it on this morning to try it on.
It's inside out.
It's inside out, which doesn't matter. For the pattern stitch, it doesn't matter, but like it's the seam.
Well, it's under here, so maybe
I'm not ripping it out. I don't care.
No.
And then the last thing well, I actually have a couple things to do still, but I think I'm gonna leave those off just because I'm done making it. There's a
Button band,
No, it's not a button band, but it's a cuff.
a cuff, a
That-
ribbing.
A
along.
ribbing that I'm
Mhm.
supposed to like sew along the outside, you know, but I'm just probably gonna leave that off. And then there's pockets, but they're not gonna be functional anyway because I crocheted this so dang loose because I'm just a loose crocheter apparently. So they're gonna be useless.
It might be used to, well, it might be good to have a pocket to tuck your phone in.
It'll just make my thing go. It won't.
Yeah. Just wear pants with pockets, I guess.
Yeah. So I like it. It's nice and cozy. I do enjoy wearing it, and it looks good. You know, from what I can like see on the camera.
It looks good. Yes.
So
Yeah, it looks cozy and soft and warm, and
starting to rain a little bit more.
it is
so
starting
we'll
to rain.
see.
We'll see how we do.
will see. So
All right.
this is one of my
Finished
those-
objects. Sure.
we'll say it's done. I think I have a couple strings to weave in, ends to weave in, or whatever. But and like I said, I'm probably just gonna leave those last 2 bits off. Cause,
Well, I'm wearing an FO2.
sorry,
This is
raindrop landed on my eyeball.
so. This is the.
Oh, try that.
There, can you see that?
Yeah, you actually see that pretty well.
The co-pilot cowl. It's wrapped around me twice. It says in the
so
pattern you
pretty.
can wrap it around 3 times, but I suppose it'd be really like up here, which is fine. But I wanted something that
choky.
was loose and for like spring like it is, and it's like you still need a little bit of something, but you don't need a lot.
Right.
And when I'm working at the store, I can't keep a shawl on very well. It's always falling off. But this
like
will stay
reaching
on.
up and like putting yarn away. That makes sense.
Right. So this stays on. This is so much better than scarves or shawls for me. And I really like it. So the yarn I used was, it's a cream with like little flecks of
Bright blue
like a
and
turquoise blue and black.
black.
It's actually
Yeah.
Cloudborn. And
really
you know,
pretty.
now that Craftsy has become Blueprint, I think Craftsy's become Blueprint. Right? Right?
I don't know.
So I'm not sure how that works anymore, but I got this yarn from Craftsy. It's called Cloudborn. It's their yarn. And it's a single ply, like, drip dyed, maybe.
Oh, it's a single ply. Kind of like this is single ply.
Uh-huh.
Oh.
Yeah, which is real nice for shawls and things. So, and it's actually quite, I know, I'm like messing it all up. But anyway, it's nice, and I like it for in between weather. So yes, that is the co-pilot.
Texting me.
Who's texting you?
John.
Oh.
Hubby. The baby's moving too. I'm like, let's lean back a little bit, give her some space.
We may have to go in pretty soon here because it's really starting to.
Yeah, but it hasn't gotten very heavy yet.
No, it's not too bad. We'll see how much longer we can
might
last
stop.
outside. It might stop. So anyway, that's not the first FO I finished, but it's probably the most recent. No, it's not the most recent FO I finished. Yes, actually, I think it might be. It maybe is. No, it's not. I have another one that I finished more recently. More recenter than that.
More recently? No,
recently?
I think it is more recent.
Yes. So
Figured it out.
I have a stack of socks, and you have a blanket. I don't know where you want to go next. If you want to go back and forth and show our things, or if you want me to show all my things and you show all your things, or what do you want to? How do you want to do that?
I feel like I wonder if it's just like quickly show everything since the light is so good,
Okay.
and
Before it
then
gets
we
too
can run
wet.
inside.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So why not? So you have these. Just like hold them up and show them how pretty they are. 'Cause these
Okay.
colors
So
are
as
really
I've
good.
mentioned, I'm participating in Sock Madness,
Yes.
and Allison and I both have been participating in Sock Madness, and I mumbled Sock Madness. And last time we podcasted, episode 10, we had finished
I think that works.
the first couple pairs for Sock Madness. And so the round 2, I suppose I haven't shown anything since round 2. I'm rearranging my socks on my sock blockers here because I had different ones on. But round 2 was a color work pattern. It was called, oh crap, what was it called? Do you remember?
Me? No.
I don't remember what the pattern is. I'll put it down in the description box so that you guys can know. And it's always, all of my projects are on my Ravelry page. I keep pretty detailed notes of my projects on Ravelry. But anyway, it was this pattern. Echoes in a Transylvanian forest.
Oh.
I think that's what it is. Echoes in a Transylvanian forest.
Well, that's quite the name.
I think that's it. So this was my pair. So this, look at that yarn. This was Knit Picks in the neon pickle juice. That was the light color, and then the dark teal was a Lion brand called Snow Cone, which I think is an odd name for this color, but you know, whatever.
Whatever.
And so this, I worked up really fast. I was first to finish on my team. I'm on team WW, which is the 4th fastest team. However, not theoretically, but however, this whole year of Sock Madness 13, our team has been consistently finishing first every round.
Oh.
Our team is really fast. This particular round, not that I'm so awesome, but I did finish first. I did finish first within 24 hours. Less than 24 hours I finished these.
Dang.
And I liked the pattern so well, and because of the stitch pattern,
Really fun
it
stitch pattern.
it lent itself to removing a few repeats, and I could do a 48 stitch pair for my grandson Marcus,
yes.
which I don't have because I gave them to Marcus, and he has them and he wears them, and he's like, those are so cool. I've never had those before because I actually have never made him colorwork socks before. So he liked
fun.
them. So now Grammy and Marcus have matching socks, and he loves that. Those are on my Ravelry page, or I have a project page for them on Ravelry, so you can see the pictures, and I posted them on Instagram too. So if you follow me on Instagram, you will have seen these with the matching small little pair that I made for Marcus. So it was really fun. It's a great pattern. Obviously, I did it twice. what I've been trying to do, and I think I mentioned this in the last episode, was that when I have leftovers, I'll try to make some socks for the grandkids with my leftovers.
That makes
Doesn't
sense.
always work, but you know.
That's fun for them though. Then they have socks that match with Granny.
Right.
Or whoever you make them for.
Right. Like I did the scrappy socks and
Right.
okay, so this pair, I only brought one pair of sock blockers with me to Kirsten's house. So this
Where's
was
the hat?
what?
Oh, there it is. Sorry.
Oh. So that was round 2. I'm trying to turn this one around so you can see. So round 3 was this pair. Sorry. Can you see that? This pair. What was this one called?
I don't know.
I should have written all this down, but I've been so busy lately. And we were trying to frantically get this done before the rain that,
Right.
that I didn't get my
Actually, I
show
think
notes
it's
written.
Lightening up a little bit.
Yeah, a little bit. So anyway, I don't remember
You just never know.
this again will be in the show notes down below, I promise. I don't remember. I'm just
That's okay.
terrible. I'm just the worst. I remember these things. But I've had a lot going
I've had
on
a lot on
lately.
your brain lately, so
So
you know.
this pair, honestly, has had a lot going on. It was toe up with
I can see that there's a lot going on. There's lace,
there's
cable,
lace, there's cables,
ribbing,
there's ribbing. So yeah, you've got
There's a
this
lot going on
weird,
on that sock.
an interesting toe,
oh yeah,
lace,
spirally toe.
cables, Bavarian cables, ribbing, and then at the top, beads. Can you see the little tiny beads?
Good gracious.
Okay,
Put
so I
all
did
the things in the socks.
Right, all the things, and then the beads turn to the inside. Can you even see them?
Oh, why? That's dumb.
Because they were, you put the beads on with your bind off, and the bind off is all done in pearl. So as a result, the beads all curl to the inside.
Oh.
So I think it would have looked a little better to do them. So what I've done for my pictures for the mod, so they knew I really did.
Roll them down.
I rolled the cuff down so you can see that the beads really are there.
Yeah.
And I turned it on this sock blocker so you could see the front. So the front of the sock there. Right there. So it's got these 2 big cables. So, and I liked the construction of this sock. Because it was toe up.
Someone keeps yelling.
Yeah. It's toe up and then you do the heel flap on the sole with the eye of partridge on the sole and then the heel turn and then you're picking up your gusset stitches. So I liked the construction of it, okay. And it fits well, although it's a little big because I had to do, with Sock Madness, you have to do a minimum number of repeats and a minimum size so that everybody is on an equal...
It's like footing or whatever.
Yes, equal playing field.
Yeah, makes sense.
So they're a little big for me, they're a little loose.
Oh, isn't that unfortunate?
Well, but there's a little, I like simple socks. So this has a little too much going on for me anyway.
Well, I can wear those.
But I love the color. I love
My
the
foot's
color.
bigger than yours.
Your foot is bigger than mine. And so, anyway, that was, what did I say? That was round 3. And when you finish your rounds in time, I don't know, I think I was 3rd to finish on my team with this pair. When you finish your rounds, then you get a bonus pattern.
Ooh.
And I've started the first bonus pattern, but I haven't finished it yet. And I think I showed that on my birthday interview episode, I think, or recording, whatever. The second bonus pattern
I like those ones.
I made into footies because
I like those ones.
I
want some
need more footy socks. Yep. I need more footy socks.
I need more too.
Yep. And these are the ones that my sister Heather saw on Instagram, and she was like, ooh, I want a pair. So I'm making her a pair in a different pattern. But anyway, here's the footies. So
Yeah, it's cute.
it's a nice pattern. It's called AKA Wool Honey. Remember that one. And this is just the same up the leg, and I just stopped I did, and she had a German short row heel, but I added a mini gusset and a mini heel flap because I have a high arch. And so it was a nice pattern. And so here is what the front looks like. I just kind of slid it on the sock blocker so you could
that's
see.
really cool looking. I really like this.
Yeah.
I'd like a pair of those.
Yeah, it's a nice pattern.
Yeah.
And it had lace and cables, but it's nice and simple.
It's a simpler pattern than the other one.
Yeah.
The other one just had a little too much going on. It's a little bit too much.
And I don't want to hurt the designer's feelings because I know she worked hard on them, and a lot of people really loved them. It's just a personal preference for me.
Sure.
They're just a little
things of what
too
they
much,
like.
darling. Too much.
Too much, darling.
So, but this pattern I really liked, and this yarn is, I got it in Yarn Box, which I don't think is a thing anymore. It was a club, and I get yarn and a pattern, every month.
Fun.
Yeah, it was good, but then it also kind of was not good in how the business was run. Things were starting to get kind of weird, and
well, that's no good.
Right, but the yarn is MJ Yarns Sophistisock, and this is in the Wolfsbane colorway, which is really nice. It's this great shade of steely blue-gray with stripes, or not stripes, but blips of this yellowy green and blue and whatever.
It's really
great.
pretty.
It'll go with everything. So I do like the yarn, and I had started another project with this yarn. Just plain vanilla socks, but then I put it down and then picked it back up, and my gauge had changed, and so that makes a real difference in this and how it pooled. The flex in there, they were pooling differently, so you could really see a difference in my gauge. And so I ripped it all out and did these instead. So that is that sock. See, it's the sock parade for me when it's Sock Madness.
Yes.
And okay, and I have one more that I finished. Do you want me to go ahead?
One more
pair of socks that I finished?
Okay, finish your socks and then I'll show something.
Okay. Get all the socks done out of the way.
Here we go. I like those ones. I like the color of those a lot.
Okay, so this was round 4. This is the round that actually is still going right now.
Oh, is it?
It is. It's just that my team
computed
is so fast that our team filled up within less than 2 days.
Dang.
So each round lasts about 2 weeks. So it's either 2 weeks or when all the slots fill up on all the teams, whichever comes first. And so that's, anyway, I'll just show it. This was one, it's by Kawa Coffee. Is that how you say her name? It's called Cannon. So this yarn is another yarn actually I got from Yarn Box, I think. But it's holiday yarns, which you can get from holidayyarns.com, I think. And this is in the claret colorway, so it's kind of winey
velvet
red.
like the Highwayman.
Yeah. So this one is neat. I love all of Kawa Coffee's patterns.
I really like that pattern. I think that's really, really cool.
It's kind of hard to see a little bit with the lighting, but
are you gonna keep those ones?
I don't know. Maybe not.
I do like them.
I don't think they'll fit you. They're tight for me.
Aww.
Yeah.
Poo.
Well, although I have blocked them, so I've blocked them so you can see. I don't always block my socks. Unless I'm giving socks as a gift or donating them for like an auction or something, which I do periodically. I don't really block them.
Sure, I mean, why?
Because why? You're going to put them on your feet and then you're going to wear them and then you're going to wash them.
So it's like...
But these, because they were lacy and because they were a smidge tight going on, I did block. And I've mentioned this before, but I get my sock blockers from Wood & Co. They're from like Lithuania or something. They take a while to get, but the prices are really reasonable, and I have some in all sizes. Yeah, I don't know what else to say about this pattern. It was just your basic top-down construction, and yeah, it had lace and little cables, and kind of looks like honeycomb. It's real nice. The pattern also has an option to. Okay, my foot's falling asleep. It also has an option to do some crochet in
Oh, interesting.
the lacy bits here, which I chose not to do. So anyway, this one, because of my new job, this pattern came out right on, well, days I had to work. And so, while I can knit at work, I knit on shop samples, not my own personal knitting. And so I wasn't able to work on it at work, of course. I did take them one day because I worked on them on my lunch break, you know.
There you go.
But,
so did you not make it
all
then?
that says I didn't make it. So I
sad.
finished, okay, the pattern dropped the 9th, the morning of the 9th, and I finished these on the 11th, okay? So that's 2 days.
You didn't make it?
And I still didn't make it. There's
Dang.
other teams, even the fastest team, which is, you know, ours is the fastest team, but I mean, there's
Sure. The Z, the Y,
there's
or whatever.
There's 3 XYZ. There's 3 teams that are full of faster knitters or whatever.
Sure.
They still are going, and they still have slots open, and they're still knitting. And our team,
Maybe all their lives just got busy all of a sudden.
yeah, oh yeah, so many. I'm not criticizing. It was just more like our team finished so fast that even though it had only been 2 days since the pattern dropped, I still got bumped out.
So does that mean you're out of the race?
Mm-hmm. I'm out of the race. I'm now a cheerleader. I still get the rest of the patterns, but yeah, I finished 13th, and only 10 moved on. So last year I made it all the way to round 6, I think.
What round was this?
4.
Well,
So, but I also didn't have a job last year, and it's fine. I mean,
that's just the way
it's
things
just
go.
the way things go. It's totally fine, and I knitted as fast as I could with having work being work,
Right.
and that's just the way it
Nice.
goes. So, yeah. But what else was I gonna say about that? I still got the bonus pattern, and that is the other thing, is if you finish your race socks before the end of before that round is over,
You still get the
and
bonus.
you send in an email showing the moderators your finished socks, you still get the bonus pattern.
That's nice.
If you
Even
don't,
if you're just a cheerleader?
right. And if you don't, you still can get them at the end of the race, but not till the race is all over.
Oh, okay.
So I did get the bonus pattern for this one, and I did get the bonus pattern for this one, and the bonus pattern is one's on the needles and the other one's not yet. So I'll show one of them in the whips section, and the other one hasn't even started yet.
Yeah.
So that's all the socks, minus the ones I made for Marcus that I don't have anymore. Socks, look at them all. I am a sock person. Go ahead, your turn. I've
Okay.
done enough.
All right. So let's see. What should I do? This or this?
Okay. Whichever one you want.
We'll do these since I've been messing around with these.
Okay.
So you probably see them in the corner showing up once in a while. Okay. So I got this book five years ago, something like that. My first year at Axe.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yep, 5 years ago.
Yeah. And I started one of these little dolls. So
It's
I
called
started...
My Crochet Doll
Yes.
by Isabel Kessedjian.
I think she's
Something.
Swedish or something. So
We'll
I
put it
made
down
one.
we'll put it down in the description bar.
I made
Description
one.
box.
See?
So cute.
Cute. The thing is though, here off the hands you can see her hair too. So I love her.
She's adorable.
The thing is though, is that when I made this 5 years ago, I made the doll herself and her overalls, and that was it. And so then a couple months ago, something like that, I just pulled her out, and I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna finish. So I made her little crocheted sweater, because all these pieces, all the clothing bits, come off. It's super cute. You can make them all sorts of different wardrobes and things. And I made her a hat, as you can have seen. So I whipped it. So
Oh my gosh, there's some cute patterns in here.
I made this one, and then I was so excited. I was having so much fun that I decided to make Red Riding Hood.
Oh, she's on the front.
Look at this. I made a second doll, and these are super fun because you can totally customize them any way you want. So I made her a little bit taller.
Made her so how did you make her taller? Did you make her legs longer or her body longer?
Her legs. I just gave her a couple more rounds in her legs and a couple more rounds in her arms, and I made her. She kind of looked. Oh, bug! Get out of my hair.
So the doll itself is a basic doll, and then you do different things to,
and
to
you
make
can
it.
like customize them, and so I obviously made her
oh my gosh,
with
so cute,
very very thick. The hair took a long time to do. I didn't mean to make her hair so thick, but it's super thick. There's a lot of hair on this doll. I made her kind of look like my friend Angie, since this doll kind of looks like me, except for the fact that she has green eyes and I have brown. But I figured, whatever. So I decided to make this one look like my friend Angie.
Does Angie know this?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
She does. And so this is like Angie's favorite color, so I made her a little peach dress and the little white sweater that goes underneath it. So
I love this little basket. Oh my gosh.
Well, and obviously now I'm pregnant with a girl, and so it's like now I actually like have a use for them. She can play with these.
Yeah.
So
this book has all kinds of like little clothes and things you can.
Yeah, so I can make her a huge wardrobe, you know. And I chose not to do the safety eyes, A, because I didn't want to go out and buy them, and B, if I have like a little baby or whatever, it'll be a little bit safer for her to not have the eyeballs on there. So that's what I did there, and I have plans to make 2 more dolls for my friend McKenna.
Does she know this?
She does know this.
Okay. I'm like, does she watch this? Is this a surprise?
I don't think she watches this.
Okay.
But she also requested these. She wants me to make them as a wedding present for her to look like her and her fiance. So,
right. I do remember you telling me this.
I'll probably make each of them 2 little outfits. One being their like wedding outfits, and then they're like her wedding dress and his suit, and then the other one being just a normal outfit for them to wear.
Their honeymoon outfit.
You might need match. So,
that's cute.
Yeah. So like I said, I haven't started anything new yet, really, since the last podcast. I've mainly been focused on here. Can I show my other thing too?
Of course. Go ahead.
Okay. So I'm been
kind
focused.
of sitting on it a little bit.
That's okay. So I've been working on my butterfly afghan,
which she's shown before.
I have shown before, but now it's finished.
Yes.
And so I think I only showed like a little like wee corner of it, and now it's like fully finished. Stand up. It's upside down. Here, you're sitting high still. Okay. Do. So, as you can see, it's really large, but it's really, really pretty. I had
It's gorgeous. Wow, look at that.
A lot of fun. It added a nice little border. So,
look at that beautiful butterfly, you guys.
I had a
She
lot of
designed
fun.
this.
I mean, sort of.
You did.
I tweaked the colors just a little bit. So this is a corner to
But
corner.
this isn't a pattern. There isn't a corner to corner butterfly blanket.
There isn't.
Right. So
I designed like the joy and the little whatever thing down at the bottom. Sorry, I'm sitting back down. So yeah, so the stitch is corner to corner, you know, and you go like this and like this, like how I did that. You know, it gets subtly bigger
like
and then
this
goes
is how you do it.
And the picture, this was a cross stitch pattern that I found on Pinterest is what it was, and so then I just took it and I printed off a grid, and then I just colored in the squares to make my own pattern.
Is this on Ravelry?
It is on Ravelry.
It's so beautiful.
I have all the pictures,
and squishy and soft.
So this is what I have been working on pretty consistently. So I haven't started anything new or finished anything else new other than like, you know, this. So that's why I haven't done anything, because I've been doing this.
Oh my gosh, yeah.
I've been busy.
Yes, you have been busy.
So it got super satisfying when I finally got beyond like
That's
the
a lot
corners
of-
and I could like
That's
start
a lot.
going down.
And look at all the colors. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, it took a lot of There was a lot of ends.
A lot of ends.
In. Oh my heavens! But what I figured out is that I had to weave in the ends row by row versus leaving them all at the end. Otherwise, it just would have been. I would not have been able to handle it. I would have been like, oh, and like probably thrown it away. Not thrown it away, but like buried it in my closet and never looked at it again because I'm not weaving in all those ends.
Yeah.
So
yeah. Sorry, bug.
So I had to weave in the ends, each row as I went along, but
it's really tempting to leave your ends to the end, but it's worth it in this kind of project.
Yes.
to
So now I have schemes to start another corner-to-corner
You have
crochet
what?
blanket schemes.
Schemes.
What do you think I said?
Skeins.
Schemes.
Some people say skein instead of skein.
Huh.
And it's skein because like it's spelled S-K-E-I-N, like vein, like your veins in your body.
Right.
So it's skeins. But I've heard some people sometimes call it a skein. So when you said that, I'm like, what?
Where'd you pick that up?
With an M.
Yes.
Plans.
I have schemes, yes, to start another one with another
Oh.
detailed crocheted pattern I found.
We were talking about that last night.
Yes.
This is lovely.
So that's what I've been doing.
Cool.
I mean, but I can talk about my drawing and stuff.
Oh, when we're done with the knitting.
Yeah.
Okay, I have one more finished object. It was this shawl.
Starting to get a little heavier
which
again.
It is, yeah. This shawl, which
It
is
lightened up for a little bit, and now it's
called
getting
the
heavy again.
Piece of Wild Things shawl. So
It's pretty.
it is pretty. It's shrunk again. So this yarn is. You can see the sparkles in it at all. If I hold still, maybe you can see the sparkles. It's like rainbow multicolored sparkles in it.
So
It's
pretty.
the Lion brand shawl and a cake, and it's like 61% cotton, something percent acrylic, and something percent stellina. And it's this gradient. Isn't that pretty? This is the colorway Om. So this is by Helen Stewart. You can see the lace a little bit here. Piece of Wild Things shawl. And I started it last December when her Knit Vent collection came out. And you remember, if you were watching any previous episodes, you will have seen that I was working on the Advent calendar wrap, which was called Dust of Snow wrap.
Yes, that was a really pretty wrap.
Same collection. Well, this yarn, I mean, look at how little this is. I blocked this nice and vigorously, and it was nice and big, and you could see all the lace, and then it dried and has since, thank you. I'm like, I can't hold it up. It dried and has since kind of shrunk up, and I had all the points, see the points down at the bottom? They were nice and pointy, and they looked really good, and I took pictures of it.
Just like the yarn that just didn't want to stay blocked?
I think so. I think it's just the yarn. I don't know what else it would be. I don't know if it's the cotton in it or the acrylic. It might be the acrylic that's in it. The acrylic doesn't really block well.
Oh.
Yeah. So but I loved it. I mean, I love how it came out. It's really pretty. It's just more of a little tiny shawlette, which I think it's kind of a shawlette anyway. I haven't worn it much because it's a little bit warm and it looks a little heavy for this time of year.
Sure.
But
So it is raining.
it really is raining.
Yeah.
But anyway, I really liked the pattern. Oh, that's the other thing I was to say about it is this whole plain stockinette section was supposed to have beads in it, but because there was so much stellina and sparkle in the yarn
so much
itself
glitter, I'll bet
that
you
I
would
didn't. I
just
figured
disappear.
I figured it didn't need beads. It had its
No.
own sparkle. It didn't need
Nah.
beads, so I didn't put the beads in it. And
I don't think that's necessary.
and I liked how it turned out. And it took almost the whole skein, not quite. I don't know if I could have got much more out of it, but yeah, I really like it. So that's it for works in progress. I mean, finished
FOs.
objects. Yeah, and it's really starting to rain, so we might need to move this inside to finish up the rest of this.
Yes.
Yes, I think we should do that because we're starting to get really wet, and I'm gonna not be able to see because I'm gonna have all this stuff on my glasses.
Right. I mean, we have a little thing covering our camera, but
Right, but not our heads.
no. But
So,
I mean,
we're under a
We're under a
tree.
tree, so my head really isn't all that wet. But like,
Yeah, it's not too
My
bad.
themes are just starting to get a little. It's
Right.
Not too bad.
Yeah. So we're sitting here trying to decide what we're gonna do while we're getting wetter and wetter.
You made us want to go
We
in.
should just go in.
Yeah. We'll
Okay.
probably just go
So
in.
we'll be right back.
So here we are. We
Okay.
have moved inside because
We're back.
it was
Yes.
starting to rain.
Yes, and we were getting wet.
we were getting wet.
So it's a little darker in here, but
That's okay. It's not.
it's not dark.
I still think the lighting is pretty good.
It's okay.
I think we're
My
okay.
hair's doing weird things
I'm
though
gonna
now.
eat some gummies.
It's kind of frizzing in the rain. My hair frizzes in the rain.
Y'all don't mind.
No, we don't mind. Okay, so that was all the FOs. That was a lot. That's what happens when you don't record often enough. I really would like to record more often so that we don't have a billion things to show. I mean, I think that was 40 minutes and we didn't even get to any of our whips. We just talk too much. We don't talk too much. We just have a lot of stuff that we do.
A lot of stuff, man.
We have a lot of stuff, man. Anyway,
That we do.
I know. And I don't want to just like rush through and here, these are all the things you're doing. Okay, done. I mean, you know, I want to talk about it a little bit. Why am I making this? What I
Sure.
liked about the project, what was fun about it or what wasn't fun about it, things like that.
Sorry,
So,
your hair is sticking to my lip gloss.
I don't have any lip gloss on, and I usually am a lip gloss person. You have gummy bear breath.
What?
It could be worse.
My mouth was closed.
I can still smell them. I mean, I'm just smelling them from
Smell in the bag.
Yeah, that's what it is. Okay, on with the whip parade. So, I am not a monogamous knitter. I have a million projects that I'm doing at all times. Okay, maybe not a million, but like 15.
Might as well be a million.
And now, since I started working at Naughty Lamb, I have a project that I work on for the store, which I don't actually have with me because I leave it at the store.
Right. Well, that makes
Because I
Next time
don't work
you're-
on it at home. I
next
work on
time
it
you're
only at
in-
the store.
sense. Take a picture of it.
I did take a picture of it, and I have a picture of it, but it's on my phone, which I'm using to record, so I can't actually show
Well,
anybody.
You can like put it up.
You can look up my Ravelry projects on your phone and show it to everybody. You don't have to do that. It doesn't matter. For the
We'll do this
store,
later. You can
I
put
am
it-
working on the Constellate. Is that how you say that? Constellate hat by Hunter
I have no
Hammerson. And I'm using a Madeline Tosh light, and it's gorgeous. It's a funky stitch pattern, and it doesn't really matter that much since I can't show it to you. So I'll show it to you another time. I'll try. Maybe I'll just, I don't know, my palm itches.
Are you gonna take
What
them
the heck?
home after a while, or do they just live in the store for always and eternity?
They live in the, I don't know. I don't know about the always in a,
Because like
eternity, but
after like a month or two, you would think they would want new stuff out.
they do, yeah.
So do they just like put it in a box and then rotate it through when no one's made new stuff, or do they let you take
Maybe.
it home after a while?
I don't think I would take it home because it's store yarn. It's not my yarn. It's
Maybe they
store
like
yarn.
donate it or something.
Maybe.
Like
I
that
don't
could be
know.
cool.
I mean, the store is pretty young. It's only 3 years old. So,
Maybe they don't know yet what they do.
right. Maybe they haven't gotten to
haven't
that
gotten a
part.
system
Okay, now
down.
we have a plethora of shop samples. What are you going
Right.
to do with them? So, I don't know.
I suppose we'll find out.
Yeah, I guess we'll find out. Anyway,
Whips.
whips. Okay, so those of you who have watched us before and follow me on Instagram know that I do Whip Wednesday. Hashtag Whip Wednesday.
Yes.
Started in January, and I've been working my way through all my really old whips. I
You
realized,
work oldest to newest
yes,
for the most part.
yes. So it's not like I don't work on my current project, which technically is a whip since it's a work in progress.
Right, but it's like your old and dusty whips that you haven't
Yes.
brought out in a while that need to get done.
Right. So I've started working oldest to newest, and so I finished a pair of socks that I had on the needles for like 6 years. So I'm working oldest to newest. So, and I think I may have shown this one before,
I think you have.
but I have it in my Silver Shed project bag.
It's a cute bag.
The Silver Shed. I got this at the Zombie Knit Apocalypse like 4 years ago. 4 years ago now? Maybe 5 years ago.
You
However
didn't
long-
go when I went to Axe. It was like 3
No,
or 4 years.
It would have been the summer Did I go the summer before you went to Axe?
No.
The next summer. So 4 years ago. Anyway, so the silver shed, nice bag, has a fun little
It is a cute
yellow gingham inside.
Sorry,
so
everyone.
this
Baby
pattern,
needs gummy bears.
this pattern I'm working on, when I left it about 3-4 years ago,
That's where you've shown
I
this
had
one
gotten
before.
this done, and I have since finished the whole sock, and now I am partway done with the second sock. I would have finished it sooner, but because of, again, sock madness and my new job, I haven't been working quite as quickly. I don't have as much time on Wednesdays to do these, but I'm through the leg and the heel turn and all that, and my yarn needles are getting all like, and
Wonkadoodle.
yeah. Anyway, I'm on the foot now. So this pattern is called St. Peter's Port Socks by Nancy Bush. And I'd started it for a knit along in the Nancy Bush sock group like years ago. And the yarn I'm using, the teal actually is the same teal that's in the Echoes sock that I just showed.
With the lime green?
The lime green and the, yeah, same teal color. So it's the Lion brand sockies and the snow cone. The white is, I don't know, some white. I think it's also a discontinued
Well, if it's
Panda
been, what,
Superwash.
5 years, 4 years.
Bamboo, 51% bamboo, 39% superwash wool, 10% nylon in the natural colorway. So that's this natural color. And then the main color, isn't that pretty? It's got all those neat colors in it. It's like brown.
It
And
looks like, did you make a pair of socks for Dad out of that
No.
color? It looks familiar.
it's browns with like little bits of blue and red in it. Can you see that?
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, that is,
Like, see it.
yeah, you can see it.
I'm like, yes, you can totally see it. Oh, well.
Can you see it in this lighting? It looks
Yeah.
kind of yellow.
Let me see.
Oh, it's not focusing. Okay, well, whatever. It is, da, 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 da. I don't know how to say this.
Prefatio?
Profascio?
Profascio.
I don't know.
Prefatio.
It's that. And the BFL fingering. And the colorway is also a name I can't really pronounce. Erugo. Aerugo. Anyway, I got this also years ago. I don't even know if she's still dying, but she got an Etsy. I'll link it though. I'll link all this at the bottom in the show notes like I always do.
Oh, yes.
It'll all be linked. But anyway, I love this pattern. It's super fun, and the striping sequence is 5-1-3-1 5-1-3-1.
Well, you picked good colors for that too.
So-
It's really, really pretty.
Yeah, the sun, you can see the light from outside.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then the top is just the what is this called?
I don't know.
It's a braid. I'm sure you're all telling me going, it's this. Blah. Anyway, it's not hard to do, but it makes a fun, pretty accent. So that's my Whip Wednesday socks that when I have time on Wednesdays, I work on. And I'm trying to get it back in my bag.
Now my pregnancy brain is rubbing off on you. I'm like, what is this thing?
What is it? I know I've forgotten all the things because I haven't written them
forgotten
down.
all the things.
So in January, you don't have any other knitting, right?
No other knitting.
So in
Or
January,
crochet.
I
No other
started,
yarny things.
and I think I mentioned this in one of our earlier podcasts. Ow.
well,
Podcasts
you know.
in January. I started a temperature scarf, and I don't work on it every day. So basically, I cast on 100 stitches in the round with the size 2 needle, fingering weight yarns, and I chose to...
I'm going to start a temperature Afghan.
Yeah.
next year.
Yeah.
I want to start at the
Beginning of the year, yeah.
Yeah.
So every 5 degrees Fahrenheit, I change colors because I have a lot of colors. Okay, so here is my basket of colors. This is in my.
Might be fun though.
Look at that. Isn't that pretty? My rainbow
It's
colors.
gorgeous.
Yes. So so it goes from coldest around to warmest, and I assigned in 5-degree increments a color for every 5 degrees. Some people, when they make theirs, they do it in 10 degrees, and I just had a lot of colors, and I have smaller amounts of all those colors, and so I did 5 degrees. So I cast on 100 stitches in the round, size 2 needles, fingering white yarn, and Kirsten asked me last night, why are you working it in the round? 2 reasons.
Yes.
1, then I won't have a wrong side, a back side to my scarf. No matter how you wear it, it will have your right side showing. Number 2, then I can work in the round and always knit, and I don't have to purl.
Yeah.
I don't have a problem
You
with
can just go
purling,
faster.
but it's just faster to go round and round and round and
faster,
round and to
yeah.
go back and forth and back and forth.
I just had an idea.
What?
Because I'm impatient, and instead of waiting until 2020 to start it, I could start it on my birthday, and then this can be year 25.
Oh, what a great idea! Yeah, yeah,
So I might start
That's a
a
great idea.
temperature blanket in August.
that's a great idea. Yes. So anyway, I've made a lot of progress. Okay, so here's the other thing: is I
Oh no, I can't. I had another idea.
okay,
I could really quick.
okay, go ahead.
I could start it when baby's born.
Yes, in the baby's first year.
Baby's first year.
I've seen that on Pinterest. A baby's first year, the temperatures of
But
the
it's
baby's
like
first
The
year.
first month, I'm just gonna be writing it down because I feel like I'm not gonna have
Well, and
brain power or time to
well,
I'm
and
gonna
even
crochet
remembering to
today.
write it down every day.
Right?
So I found an app on my phone or a website or something that's, has previous day's temperatures, and so that's the thing I was gonna say is I don't work on this every day. I do 2 rounds per day's color. So each day's color gets 2 rounds. And but I don't I don't have time to do it every day. And so I do it once a week on Tuesdays. Temperature Tuesday. With Wednesday, temperature Tuesday,
Well,
mending Monday,
Well, don't you have a new thing on Sunday?
No, some people do Scrappy Sunday. But I don't do Scrappy Sunday.
Okay, I saw.
Yeah.
Yeah, we were looking at
I
something
do
on
grandkids
line.
Sunday. I don't get hardly any knitting done on Sundays because the grandkids are over
Granny Sundays.
after church.
Yeah,
So
you're Granny that day.
and that's fine. I don't mean to say that in a great.
No, of course.
But anyway, so what I've been doing is I write down the temperature every day in my handy dandy notebook. So my brother-in-law,
I was gonna say, have
Jason.
you told where you got that from?
I have, but I will tell it again. This is my brother-in-law, Jason, has an Etsy store, Night Heron Leather, and he makes these great journals, and he makes other things too. He makes bracelets, which,
Cool things are
by the
leather.
way, is now a thing for shawls, shawl cuffs.
Oh yeah, when you like.
So it's like a leather. It looks like a leather bracelet that has a snap, and then you can put it around your shawl, and it'll keep your shawl on and looks really cool.
That's cool.
So he has some leather bracelets I think that you could use for shawl
what
cuffs.
you should get into is doing those like hair thingy majiggers, with like the little stick that goes like this. And then it's like a hair thing.
Have you checked his store lately? Maybe he has.
Mm.
Anyway,
I've not
so
checked
in
his
my
store
notebook,
lately.
I keep track. So here's where I assigned all my colors for my temperatures, and then I've been keeping track every day of the weather, of the temperature. I'm doing the highs. I should have done the average
Why?
because it feels like it'd be more accurate.
Whatever.
But anyway, and so I work them once a week. So I just kind of mark off when I've done my, and if I forget to write down the temperature, like I said, I found a thing. I just keep it up on my phone where I go, oh, what was the temperature yesterday? So anyway, so here we have January through. Okay, so here's another thing. Some people will put like a round of white or something in between each month
That'd be cute,
to
too.
separate the months. And I was gonna do that, but then I saw one that didn't, and I really liked.
I like it like this. Better,
I did too.
personally.
I like how gradient it looked. So here we go You can see there was kind of like a little bit of a warmish snap there on a warm day in January, and then it got super cold right here, really cold.
Sorry.
Stayed cold, and then it's getting warm again, and then last week we had a really hot day right there. So
and now it's starting to get a little cooler again.
Now it's cool again. But isn't that pretty? Isn't that fun?
I think it's beautiful.
I love it. So, yeah, and there's no wrong side because I work magic loop. So I have a big long cord, magic loop, and here's the front where I have this cute progress keeper, which I don't even know where I got, but isn't it cute?
But yeah, I'm totally doing baby's first year.
Totally. I've seen that on
That way I can start it sooner and I don't have to wait.
So her baby is due in
July 16th, which is also the birthday of her great grandmother, Grandma Kay, John's grandma.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
And it's really close to her Auntie Allison's birthday, which is the 13th.
And close to her grandpa's birthday, Pop Steve, 19th.
Yeah. Yes.
Right?
Yes. I'm like, no, that's Heidi's, but that's January 19th.
Yes.
Anyway, so I haven't shown that in a while because I hadn't.
Like only show that one like maybe every other podcast.
You don't really
or
see
every like 2 to 3 podcasts.
Yeah.
So you can see big chunks of improvement.
Yeah.
Versus,
Otherwise,
like,
you're seeing a week. Yeah. You're like,
here's a new row.
And another thing I showed quite a while ago and didn't ever finish.
Ooh, look at the inside of that bag.
Yes. Okay, so it's in this bag.
Have you shown that bag before?
I think I have.
Well, did you show
I
that
like
bag?
to party, and by party, I mean stay home in my PJs and knit. Isn't that great? Love it. And then it has this great fun fabric inside. Isn't that
Sorry,
beautiful?
y'all, for the grunting and the
So,
groaning.
that's fine.
Had to put my feet up. They're starting to swell.
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
that
you've shown
happens.
that before.
I have. I showed this. No, I didn't. I showed the other one that I did.
Because I swear you.
I did 2 pairs. Okay, so I have had this yarn that is Savvy Skeins. I got it when I was in Texas
Yeah, I know.
visiting my sister. I've shown it before in the Cusco colorway.
Yeah, you showed it on our podcast last. We were in the den.
Right, I showed the other pair.
But there.
I've made 2 pairs.
But
I did not show these. Trust me. The other pair I made for. I made for. I made them for Brenton.
The way you said "trust me" made me think of Gonzo from The Little Christmas Carol. Trust me.
I'm Gonzo now. Anyway, it's the Cusco colorway. I love it because it's all the colors in Cusco's costume, you know, from the Emperor's New Groove, which we love. So these are for my sister, Heather in Texas. She has 2 boys, Brenton and James.
Yeah.
And I started this pair first for James. But then I only got like this far on it and then put them down and started Brenton socks. I don't know why.
Why?
I don't know. I think because it fit a knit along, the pattern fit
Oh,
a knit along.
that would make sense.
So I made James's socks. So that's what you've seen. They have, so I've taken some black, just some leftover black, Deborah Norval Premier yarns from Joann's.
Maybe
Black.
we'll get outside. It's probably like
Black
totally not even raining.
Oh, probably. Figures. Anyway, so I made Brenton socks. And I did black heels, toes, and cuffs. And I did a red heel turn.
That's right. So I remember where
Yeah.
the little color difference was.
The red
and
heel
that's where
turn
it
because
is.
Brenton likes red. And that way they can tell them apart. So I'm trying to get 2 pairs of socks out of 100 gram skein. And the best way to do that is, these are boys, not full grown men. So their feet are growing and their feet aren't like toddler sized. They're like, you know, just a little bit smaller than mine.
Are they teenagers now?
Isabel just turned 17.
Well, I know, but like, are the boys
So-
teenagers?
They're like preteens. They're getting it up there. James might be like
Because
13.
Acacia is Amalia's age.
Mm-hmm. She's 15.
So then.
So that means James is like 13 or something.
Okay.
So I know. They're
Heavens
just.
to Betsy.
I know they're growing so fast. So anyway, all that to say is now I've been working a little bit more on. Can you see the colorway?
Oh yeah, you
James,
see it. It's
James's.
beautiful.
So his will have the black heels, toes, and cuffs again, just like Brenton's. Only I'm going to use this turquoisey blue-green for the heel turn on his. I think I have some leftovers in here somewhere. Yeah. It's just a little bitty leftover.
It's so pretty.
Yeah. But I don't
So
need very
bright.
much of it. And that way they can tell them apart in the wash easier, you know.
Right.
Because their feet are kind of close to the same size.
Right,
And Heather,
well,
if you're watching this and I'm wrong, please correct me. And if their feet have grown a lot since the last time that we measured, please let me know that too so that I can make them the correct size before I get too far. And I'm keeping them, when I use DPNs, I use my needle cozy. I got this from Simply Serving. So I just tuck, I use this for magic loop also, and it's nice because it doesn't poke holes in my bag or through my bag and into me. But it's especially nice when I'm having the DPNs, the double pointed needles, because then I don't lose that loose 5th needle. I always use 5 needles, 4 on my sock and 1 to work with. Some people only use 3 or 4, but 3 needles on the project and the 4th one to work with. I like to use 5 because I'm less likely to get ladders between the needles.
I was like,
Yeah.
ladders. Oh no, that
Ladders
makes sense.
between
No,
the
I getcha.
needles. Yeah. Oh, my hair has gotten all frizzy from the
It's
rain.
don't stop touching it then.
I know. Stop touching the frizz. It'll get even
Right.
frizzier. So, do you have any more, or am I just gonna? Do I have just gonna show my more? You have your drawing. Do you have any more knitting,
No,
crochet?
no,
You haven't worked on your sweater in a while.
no. Because remember, I need help.
You need help.
This is my only other sweater that I was working on.
Right.
So I kind of
right.
want to start doing it. So now that I finished my Afghan, I finished one sweater. Now I'm like, it's time to start another Afghan and a new sweater.
Water. Where's my water?
You want a sip of mine? Your water's right.
My water's right there. I just need to get my water. But
Here
then I'd
we
be like,
go.
"Rrr," on the camera.
whatever.
Getting my water.
That's okay. I did that earlier when I was sitting down.
Yeah. Yeah.
But yeah, I kind of want to start a new sweater. I want to see if I can make one that's not too big for me.
Right? And then you'll go the opposite direction and it'll be too small. That's what I'm always afraid of. Well, I've cast on a couple sweaters. If you watched last episode and you will recall, I said one of my goals was to knit a sweater that fits me properly.
That's right.
It's not that I haven't knit sweaters before. It's not that I don't know how to knit sweaters. It's just that I've knit toddler-sized sweaters and given them to my grandkids. Or I've knit sweaters for my kids when they were kids. And, you know, speaking of frizzy hair, what Sam Hill you doing?
Sorry. My hair looks fantastic outside. Now I'm inside. I'm like, what happened?
Well, right. That's what I was doing. I'm like, what's going on with my hair? And so, and I have knit a sweater for myself, but it was a long time ago, and I used stupid old yucky yarn. And
yarn. Can I go to Hobby Lobby?
yes. Anyway, so I've started The Weekender by Andrea Mowry.
Just like tell me how many whips you have, because maybe I can like put my thing in the middle. So
Oh, do you want to talk? I'm sorry, am I doing all the talking? I'm
You
sorry.
are currently, but that's fine. That's it. No need to feel bad. I was just saying, how many more do you have? And that way,
I have this, this, and this.
so you have 4 more.
I don't really have to talk about that if you don't want to, but I have
about it. Well, then you want to show 2 more, and then I'll talk about mine, and then you can show your last 2.
Sure. Okay,
Sounds good.
so I started The Weekender, and I have this all crammed in my Tanny Casey bag, which is one of my absolute favorite bags.
Such a
I
cute
love this bag. It's very sturdy, and I love drawstring bags because I have had my knitting get stuck in the zippers before of some of the zipper bags.
Oh no.
And if I catch it in time, you know, I can get it out
Sure.
and not rip it to shreds, but
Sometimes.
But
though.
sometimes, yeah. So I really like a drawstring bag. And this has that nice waxed canvas on the bottom and in this beautiful... I just love this bag. I love this bag. And it's big, but it doesn't look big, you know? I mean, my sweater's in here with 6 skeins of yarn. I have 6 skeins of yarn. Okay, so this is what I'm doing.
Dang.
Because I've been a sock knitter, most of my stash is fingering weight. And most of my stash is like 1 skein of a color in fingering weight.
Sorry, she's.
Oh, I was just got a notification here.
To use the flash, but we're not using the flash.
Yeah. But I still only have 15% battery, so I might need to plug it in.
There's a thing down here.
You want to
cut all this out.
You want to pause it and plug it in? I'll pause it and plug it in.
Okay. Stick it to my lips.
So anyway, as a sock knitter, what?
This is the sweater.
Oh, gotcha.
All
Yes.
little hairs. And I have
Okay.
lip gloss on. I'm like. Don't make me do that periodically throughout the rest of my apologize.
So as a sock knitter, I have like one skein of a color in fingering weight yarn, and I have lots. I don't even know how many. So A, I don't have a sweater's quantity of anything, and B, it's definitely not in worsted, it's fingering. So what I'm doing for my weekender sweater is I took 6 skeins of fingering weight yarn, and apparently I like gray. I'm wearing gray with speckles, so I'll just grab one of these out as an example. Yes. So with the gray with the speckles, can you?
Gorgeous.
Yeah, so this one I believe is Suburban Stitcher in Granny Square. I have all my labels in here somewhere. So anyway, I have 6 skeins of grays on various shades and speckles of various shades, and so I'm holding 2 strands together, which technically makes more of a DK weight than a fingering weight. But this sweater has 10 inches of positive ease. When I checked my gauge, I'm going to be getting more like 5 inches of positive ease because it's lighter than worsted, but that's okay. So I don't know if you can see in here, but I have 6 skeins. I don't know if I want to get them all out because it's kind of a pain. But it's a bottom up sweater, so I'm basically starting with the darkest gray and going to the lightest gray from bottom to top, and I'm holding 2 strands together. This one, okay, so this one is from...
That one's fun, just show that one.
Yeah. This one is from the Grocery Girls yarn.
Neon pink in there.
So it's this Hue Loco, and I want to say the Jet Setter colorway. So I can go through all the yarns.
You don't have to. I just wanted to put that out because the bright pink was calling my name. I'm like, yes, show that one. But you don't have to show the rest. Just show your sweater.
Yeah. So this is as far. So anyway, I'm fading from dark to light, and I'm doing 2 strands at a time. So I'm doing 2 strands of the darkest for several inches, and then for about an inch, I'm going to do 1 strand of the previous color that I was just using, and 1 strand of the new color, and kind of blending it in that way. And then I'm doing 2 strands of the new color. So I'm like basically AA, AB, BB, BC, CC. Does that make sense?
It made... I kind of zoned out there when you did the numbers.
Numbers?
But,
you mean the letters?
the letters. But I understood what you meant
concept
when you were saying the fading thing. Like, I got that. So
right. Okay.
I got it.
So
Hopefully.
Here's what I have. I hope you know what I mean. I will link my project page in the show notes at the bottom. I'll link it, and you can see what I mean if it's not making sense. But so far,
AA, AB,
right.
BB.
Right.
That makes sense.
Can you see that?
BC, CC. I get it.
So I've got the dark, 2 strands of the dark, and then I faded in the next color. Can you tell?
Yes.
I faded the next color, and so now I'm well into the second color, and so I'm now into BB. So that's what I've got so far. And I'm working these on my US 9, which is 5.5 millimeter. These are the
really pretty. I haven't seen it like partially knitted up yet.
Luca. I'm told that technically it's pronounced the way Huga is pronounced, so it'd be like Luca, but everybody says likey. anyway, I like them. Our store carries these, and
Sure.
I like how smooth they are, and the joins are really nice and
Ooh.
smooth.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah.
I really like.
So this pattern
This so
is
far.
worked inside out. Those of you, I'm sure
Oh.
most of you are probably familiar with the Weekender. It's been around forever, and you knit the thing, but you wear it with the purl side out.
The inside out.
So this is the inside. I'm working the knit side, but I'll be wearing it with the purl side out.
Oh.
And so it has this neat like seam thing going.
Well, that's fun.
Yeah. Started it, and then it got like to be 80 some odd degrees, and then I'm like, well, I'm not gonna be wearing that for a while. So
Love it.
anyway, so yeah, I like it. I do have another sweater on my needles. Speaking of sweaters, okay, I'll work. Worry about all those tangles later. Never mind. Okay, so I also have.
Chuck it away. What was that bag?
Oh, it was just your bag of goodies. I also have another sweater in my wonderful popcorn bag that I know I've shown
Yes.
many times before. Quit showing it. We're all bored now. Just enough already. Anyway, I love this bag though. Look, the inside is popcorn. It's like a tub of popcorn. Come on, don't you love it? It's by a single strand. There's her tag on this lovely
I
handle.
think you're actually going to show it again.
I love it. I'm going to show it again. We have a few new viewers who may not have gone back and watched all the previous episodes. So, okay, so this pattern
Whoa.
is the Maritimo. Caitlin Hunter has a new collection of like summery short sleeve fingering weight sweaters. Caitlin Hunter, yeah. And it's the Tegna. How do you say that? And they're all named after Italians. They're all named after Italian cities. So it's like Nittily instead of Italy. Nittily. And that, yeah.
That's cute.
She has a brand new one out that we just put together some kits for colors in our shop. Can't remember what the brand new one's called. But this one is the Maritimo. And so I thought, aha! Fingering weight sweater. And it has a little bit of color work at the bottom. And I just happened to have, for once, I don't know how this happened, 2 skeins of the same color. Although, as you can you tell? One's darker than the other.
Oh, I thought that was just from the light.
No, one
Well,
is
here,
actually
switch them
darker.
around so we can see. Put the darker one on the light side. Wow.
Yep.
Wow. Wait.
Yep.
How? Why? Oh.
Because it's a hand-dyed yarn, and so that happens.
Yeah.
So, so I just happen to have 2 skeins of this. This is Malabrigo.
I don't want to be yarn talk. Almost yarn talk.
I know it's
I have all
Malabrigo
sorts of yarns that I need to do something with. I gotta figure it out.
in the Abril colorway, and so it takes. I'm so all over the place. I'm like all over the place with this. Okay, so this is what I've got. Can you see that?
Yes, I remember.
So this one
This
also
one.
starts bottom up, and it has like a feather and
Hey.
fan border at the bottom. Here, you can kind of see that. So I am actually mixing my bases and my brands because I don't care about those kinds of things.
Your bases and your brands.
Mm-hmm. So the main color, the purple, like I said, is Malabrigo.
It's not kosher to just use anything that's the same weight. You have to have the same brand.
Well, some people care.
Okay.
So some people care. Okay, here's my...
I wouldn't care.
Right, I don't care. Here's my Malabrigo in the
These
Abril
yarns match so well.
colorway. So that's the
Because-
main color that I'm using.
There's this bright, almost burgundy purple
Exactly.
in the gray that matches
Right.
some of the burgundy bits here, and
Right.
there's also like a deep bluey
Isn't that pretty?
in the gray that matches some sections of the deep.
Yeah.
It's perfect.
So this was just some sock yarn, Lana Grossa sock yarn. It's not, and it's this gray with these pops of, like Kirsten was saying, the purple and the burgundy and the blue in there. So that's the second color. And so this one is 100% merino. This one is wool and nylon, so it's a little, it's not quite as soft. And then the white is, again, like I made my cowl. It's the Cloudborn. So this is the label
Ooh,
for
there's pink and teal in it.
right. So this one is the superwash merino fingering drip dye, and this one's in the Berry Bliss colorway. And it's the same yarn that I made my cowl out of, only a different colorway. So it has little tiny, so this is a single ply. So that's what I made. I'm just mixing it. I'm just mixing it up. I've got a single ply, and I've got 100% merino, and then I've got the sock yarn with merino nylon. And I think once it's all put together in this sweater, it's not going to matter. It's going to look pretty. But if you can see that, that's where I've gotten so far. Isn't that pretty?
It's real pretty.
I love it. So this is going to take a little longer because it's a fingering weight sweater. But I wanted some lightweight short sleeve sweaters that I could wear more in the spring and summertime and wear them to work and, you know, whatever.
You should make like a little tank sweater. That
I
way.
plan to. That's on my list.
You can just wear like a camisole underneath it.
I plan to make a tank a sweater, and I have a whole bunch on my list of ones that I want to make.
That's fun.
But now that I've been bumped out of Sock Madness, now I'll have a little bit more time to do those things.
Yeah, so there we go.
So, all right, go ahead and show your...
Okay.
Sorry to talk so much.
No worries.
Go ahead.
No worry, mother. So, normally we do things and, you know, like all the crochet or all of the knitting, and then we move on to the art. But since you have quite a few whips and I have one, we figured we would just shove mine in the middle.
Works for me.
So, well, I figured
There, it works.
I would just shove mine in the middle.
Yeah, no, it's good.
So, my whip is I am participating in this year's 2019 Mermaid challenge. So basically, I don't
For the
know,
month of May.
So I don't know where it came from. I think it might just be like an Instagram.
Probably. They have all kinds of challenges like that on Instagram that people
so,
start.
like, there's a couple different
Hashtag
lists.
Mermaid 2019 or whatever.
A couple different lists of a couple different, like, prompts. Prompt lists. Prompt lists.
Promptlets. Okay.
Sorry, I can't speak. And so Allison was like, you should do it with me this year. And so, like, okay, fine. So each day for the month of May, you draw a different mermaid based off of that day's prompt.
Yes.
So
So,
I'm not going to show.
look at her up on Instagram.
Yes, you will see them all on Instagram. I
Mhm.
skipped one day because I decided, nah, I don't want to draw that. I just decided I didn't want to think of something, whatever.
For
So,
stretch or something.
stretch. Yeah, that was the prompt. I was
Mhm.
like, what? So, I will show.
Show your favorites. Which ones are your
Which ones are my
favorites?
favorites?
Oh, I like the pufferfish one. And the elegant one.
That's extravagant.
Extravagant. Okay, whatever.
Pufferfish. I like her. Okay, so.
Oh yeah. What was the name? What was that one?
This one, day 3, was. Day three's prompt was rockabilly.
Rockabilly.
So, this is my mermaid. Can you see that? Can you see her? It's hard to see.
Isn't she
Is
cute?
focusing?
Focus.
A little bubble cigarette.
The bubble cigarette. Oh my gosh, she's cute. I hope that focused okay.
I hope so. But if it didn't, you can see them all on my Instagram.
Lady Kirsten.
Yes. So that one.
The
was,
link will be down below.
Yeah, that one is one of my favorites.
Yeah.
Sorry, no. May 4th was funny because it's Star Wars Day, May the 4th.
And she's a Star Trek.
I'm not a Star Wars fan. I like Star Trek, so I couldn't think of anything Star Warsy that I wanted to draw, so I just drew a little mermaid, like chucking aside a little Darth Vader doll and like being like, yay, with her little Jean-Luc Picard doll. So she's cute.
Yeah.
But
How about your dog burn one?
that's what I was thinking. Oh, I don't like that one.
Sure, show it.
Okay, so
What was that one for?
Aquabat. I don't know if that actually is something.
Aquabat was the prompt?
Yep. I don't know if it actually is like an actual something, but the prompt was Aquabat, and so I decided to draw a little bat with fins.
So cute.
Because why not?
So he flies and swims.
Right. Or he just like whoosh and flies to the water.
Well, like, what are those fish that look like they're flying? The manta rays, the stingrays?
Yeah.
They look like they're flying, but they're swimming. Like that. I think somebody's asking questions about that one, like, how does that work? Mechanics. Oh, we should show that one.
So, obviously May 12th was Mother's Day Mermaid, so I decided to draw a little pregnant mermaid.
She's so cute.
And then, what's the next one? Oh yeah, Monday. That one's funny.
Yes.
So, yesterday's theme was
Hoot Nanny?
Hoot Nanny. So I decided to draw, well see, initially I was looking up like banjo players, and I was going to draw like a mermaid playing a banjo, because it's kind of like a folk dance music party thing is what a hoot nanny is. And so I was like, oh, I'll draw a cutie little hipster banjo player mermaid girl. And then I saw a picture of Dolly Parton, and I'm like, hipster threw out the window, and I was like, yes, Dolly Parton is a mermaid. So I drew Dolly Parton playing a banjo as a mermaid.
Can you see that?
Because why the
Is
heck?
it focusing?
There we go. Because why the heck not?
Yes. I don't know if it's focusing or not.
I don't know either.
Oh, but she's cute.
So I apologize if these aren't focusing, but you can just go look them up on my Instagram feed if you really, really want to see them. So
Yes, and keep watching because there's still half the month left.
right,
More
I have
mermaids.
more to draw.
Yep.
Finish off. Gonna complete.
You're gonna run out of room in your book.
before I have to get a new one.
So much fun. So what you should do is make copies of those and fine line them and put them in a coloring book because people
yes.
might like to
No, I will
color
definitely
those.
do that. But
Color those mermaids.
I was just gonna look up because I'm curious what today's prompt is.
Oh,
I can't remember.
where do you have it? Do you have it written down
It
somewhere?
has I have a picture on my phone. Oh, yes, nurse.
Oh, nurse.
Nurse.
Well, that's right because we were talking about the nurse shark that Allison was drawing.
Yes. So
Nurse shark mermaid.
we will see
I need my water.
when I come up with for that.
Sorry.
So that's my whip. That's my artsy whip. The art thing I'm doing right now.
Okay, I'll try to rush through the last of mine really quick. So, when we went to the beach for my birthday, and we tooled around the town a little bit of Cannon Beach, and they have the coastal yarn shop, and I bought some yarn there that I will show you in a minute. But we also went to what are those stores called? Like an import store. So this is a little bag from Thailand. Isn't it cute? A little mommy elephant and a baby elephant. And so it's perfect for a little ball sack. Anyway, this is one of the bonus sock patterns.
Nice.
Well, it is. That's what people call it.
Yeah.
So this was the elegant boot sock, and I didn't particularly love the cuff on it. It was this big frilly thing that you fold over your boot. And I don't wear boots like that. And I didn't particularly care for it. And my sister, like I mentioned before when we were outside, was saying, hey, she wanted some footy socks like the blue ones that I made. So I turned that pattern into a footy sock as well. And so the pattern on the foot is nice. Can you see that? It's kind of like lighting is kind of weird. There we go.
There you go. I'm gonna angle it that way.
Yeah, so that the window is. So this is this leftover Madeline Tosh in the Posy colorway, and then some leftover pink regia. And I just did a rolled cuff, and this is a Fish Lips Kiss heel, I think. Or maybe no, this is just a German short row heel. But I had a mini flap, and then the mini gusset is actually on the bottom.
Oh.
That's where I decreased for that because of the... So, I'm going to do this. I don't know how well you can see the pattern.
Oh, yeah.
It's a nice lace. Anyway, whatever. So, I've got the second one.
Lace will be nice because she's in Texas, so.
Right, she's in Texas and she likes footy socks. She wanted another pair of footy... Oh, Heather, I'm making you another pair of footy socks. And this is the pink ones. So here's the second sock. This is where I worked magic loop, and I'm apparently in the middle of a round.
Oh.
I put it down. Oh, I started it today when we were at tea, and then I didn't finish it.
Oh, yes.
So anyway, that is the one of the other bonus sock patterns from Sock Madness that I have again adapted to footy length. What I'm doing is, you're like, what the heck are you doing? This is what I'm doing. Just see if I can just put it like this so you could kind of see the front of the
That's cute.
of the pattern.
I like it.
Yeah. So I have pictures on my Ravelry page again of that one as well. So that is the Elegant Boot Sock by I think Karen Koopman. You ready for a nap? In my cute little bag. It fits just perfectly.
I love it.
Like
Perfect.
that. And I'm not sure this because
Perfect shot.
nah, it's just a little project and I'll do it later and I have more things. And we have a prize to draw. I didn't forget this time.
Ooh, we do.
Okay,
I have my
so-
thing all ready to go.
A couple of episodes ago, I talked about a prize from Dawn. Let me dig it out.
Yes, show the prize too.
Show the prize.
Yeah, you're gonna make me something cute for baby out of that.
Oh yeah.
Really quick. Mom got. Ooh, that's pretty too. This beautiful peachy yarn with like these bright pink flecks. She's gonna make something for baby out of it.
So
I gotta go through and pick something out.
Yeah,
like
so
one of those little
our-
rompers that I wanted.
our store carries. You guys, I never can pronounce this correctly. It looks like Totlamatin, which I know is not how it is. It's like
Totlamatin.
Tolamati.
I have no idea.
Yarns. It's French.
Yeah, you can't really see it.
I know. You can't.
Well, because it's
It won't focus.
because it's black on dark brown.
Yeah, it's hard to see the sign.
So
I will, of course, link it at the bottom. But it's a new yarn. Oh no, the other one's new. Well, it's new to me. This yarn is, and this is in the sport weight, and it's called Happy. I had to get it because it was peaches and pinks, and it was Happy.
It's perfect for my baby,
Yes.
my child.
Yes. So I will be making something for her
Who's been
child
kicking
out of
me?
that.
Today.
Is she?
Yep.
Anyway, back to our prize though. So I have this.
This. Sorry, I was distracted. I haven't seen this before.
I know. I was going to show it.
This is beautiful.
Let's draw the prize, and then I'll show a
Okay.
couple of new acquisitions. Okay.
Our
I'm
prize.
having problems with my phone today. I don't know what's going on. So we're about to draw our prize.
Yes.
So anyway, a couple months ago, Dawn from Crafty Mama Designs sent me a skein of yarn to give away as a prize. And I started a thread in our Ravelry group directing people to her shop and then posting. So now today we will be drawing, and the yarn, excuse me, is her friend's
How
colorway.
you doing?
How you doing? Which is Joey, in this lovely greens and blues. So this is her licorice base, 80% merino, 20% nylon, high twist, 400 yards, and 100 grams fingering 2-ply. So,
Okay.
we are drawing for prizes right now.
Random
So,
name generator. Or
random number generator. So there were 9
7?
posts.
Oh.
9 posts in that thread. The first post was mine, so take that out. So
Sure.
we're running 2 through 9 random number generator.
Okay.
And the number we get is
Generate 8.
8.
Number 8.
Show the. So that's number 8. Can you see it?
There it is. Number 8.
Number 8, which
Okay.
is.
Let me find it. It is.
Who is number 8?
2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. No, there's no 6. There's 5.
Number 8.
7, 8.
Angelic Embers.
Angelic Embers.
So tap on her name.
Okay. I've never done this before.
Yeah. Angelic Embers. So I will put.
Ooh.
I
You win.
Yay! So send me a private message on Ravelry. So PM me on Ravelry.
Should we message her too?
No, we'll have her. Yeah, you message me and give me your address, and I will get
Okay.
this out to you in the mail as soon as I can. Congratulations! You won this lovely yarn! Yay! I hope you enjoy it.
I think so. Let me ask brother.
Yes.
Make something today.
So the last thing I just wanted to share with you was a few little acquisitions that I have made. acquired yarn that I've purchased. How about that? So I told you when we were at the beach.
We went down to the beach too.
Yes, where is it?
In my closet. Down here.
Well, if you want to run and get it while I'm showing mine, you certainly can. But we went into Coastal Yarns in Cannon Beach. It's a great little yarn shop there in the coast. And my lovely mom gave me some birthday money, and so I spent it on yarn.
Of course.
And they had in their shop some special yarn that is dyed just for their shop. It's called
fun.
Coastal Yarns. Sneaker Waves is their fingering weight base, and it's just lovely. They have so many colors to choose from. It was really hard. So I chose Agate Beach, which is these blues and grays with speckles. I have a lot of blue and gray with speckle, but I really like it. So can you see those lovely speckles in there? There we go. Anyway, so that's Agate Beach. And then the other one was Haystack Rock, which is like purples and browns.
Oh, so pretty.
Named after the, can you see that?
The iconic rock. I mean, the rock that's on the...
Right. I mean, Cannon Beach is known for this rock.
Mm-hmm.
So when you see that rock, and it's Haystack Rock.
Mm-hmm.
So, anyway, I feel like the lighting isn't so awesome in here compared to outside, but...
I'm like closer to the window.
Right.
So, yeah.
Anyway, it's purples and blues, and so they're just really, really pretty. And this one is kind of grays and stuff. So anyway, so I got those.
There we go.
I think you can probably only get these in the shop,
I would imagine.
but they might have an online shop. I don't know. Our shop has an online shop, but I don't know if they do. So I got that, and then where did my other one go like this? Then, so you will recall. Oh, but here's one more thing that I got at that shop. It was a brand I'd never seen before.
Oh, yes.
Gedifra?
Jennifer?
Lana Mia. It is
I don't know.
Italian. And it is, I'm told, in two... It's blinking again. Okay. It's broken up into two halves. Does that make sense?
Oh.
Like, so you can make a pair of socks that are both the same.
That's cool.
Right. And I got these colors so that I can make socks for my husband. It's kind of a dark navy, and it's kind of gradient, and it's really soft and squishy.
Mm-hmm.
And it is 80-20. 80% wool, 20% polyamide. Anyway, so I'm looking forward to making him some socks with that. Okay, so we'll talk to you later, y'all. Bye.